50 degrees right now, and it's always sunny in the mind of Matt Archbold. Even though we've got fog and mist and rain, we know there's a lot of clarity between the ears of Matthew Archbold. Let's figure it out together, shall we? Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning. Speaking of clarity, I do have to say my eclipse experience was a little disappointing.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. So everyone, my whole neighborhood was really out on their lawn. It was kind of cool. And just as we're waiting for the eclipse to happen, this huge cloud cover comes rolling in and completely covered it up for about the whole hour.
Oh,
and
man.
So everyone was just joking about our luck. And I did hear the thing that Wendy was saying that, after the eclipse, some people are saying they had blurry vision and were unsteady on their feet. And
yeah.
I think I experienced that in college a couple of times. I didn't know the eclipse was to blame, but now that really feels a lot less self-responsible. So I like that explanation a lot better.
Yeah, there must have been a partial eclipse back then.
Exactly.
Well, and the cloudiness happening right at the time of the eclipse, right where you are at, just confirms one thing for me. I was wondering about. God just doesn't like you. I was wondering, I think he loves you, but he just doesn't like you.
That's an interesting question. I took it the exact opposite way. Okay, because my thought was, God knows I am so stupid that I would have stared directly into it, and he protected me from that.
There you go. I like it.
Wow. Well, I hate to tell you this, Matthew, but we had clear skies through the whole thing, and that's not what they were predicting, a week out even. But it's not the way it worked out.
It is funny that this whole thing, and there was so much, sort of apocalyptic whisperings about this eclipse too. It was, it was kind of interesting to see the next day. People were like, "Oh, okay, it was an eclipse," But it is funny though, because God does use, throughout times, God has used, signs and sights in the sky. So I don't dismiss it entirely, but the cheering on of the apocalypse disturbs me a little bit. I got to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, do people really understand what they're cheering for? I mean, they're cheering for their own deaths, right? I mean, wipe it all
Right.
out, God. It's just unfixable. Wipe us all out. I'm on this planet. I'd rather we didn't do that right now.
You're like, hold up.
Yeah. Can we wait a little while? I've got kids. I've got grandkids. Let's just hold back for a minute.
So you know how bad things are getting? You want to know how bad things are getting right now?
How bad are things getting?
Matthew?
Richard Dawkins, the infamous atheist, is now saying we may have gone too far with eradicating Christianity.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's saying he still doesn't believe in it, mind you, but he's saying that it essentially had bulwarks in it that protected us from ourselves. In like capitalism, it protects us from over-individualism. It formed a sense of community. It stopped power grabs and perhaps, religions that aren't as kind and nice to folks as Christianity. So he's saying he considers himself now a cultural Christian. And, it's just so bizarre. This man has spent his life tearing and gnawing and bashing the church, and now is hoping that the fruits of the church will protect him, and that is what he's seeking. This guy, as we say, has been playing cultural Jenga for decades, and now he's like, oh, I may have went too far. Doug Wilson, he's a theologian. He's a Christian theologian who's on YouTube and very intelligent. He said it's like burning Dawkins' statement here is like burning the orchard, but still expecting the apples to arrive in the supermarket.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That's exactly what it is.
What I love about Richard Dawkins is, I mean, look, there is some deep thought there, and I'm just surprised he's got that amount of time in between hosting Family Feud segments. I'm just saying. That's a wide berth there.
I went from Hogan's Heroes to Family Feud, and now he's a college professor. That's
Just amazing to me. I wondered what happened to him.
Hey, now, come on. What percentage of people even understand that reference?
I got it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, we know you got it, Ross.
The show is just about us, and people happen to listen in. We're glad, but as long as we get it.
I love it.
This Dawkins thing, Christianity, getting rid of it was supposed to usher us into an epoch of logic and rational and scientific thought. And I wonder, how's that going for us, huh?
Yeah,
Amen.
right.
Wow.
Love it.
A lot
Thank
of
you
good
so
stuff
much,
on
Matthew.
the Creative and Order Report. Check it out, Matt. I'll send you pictures of the eclipse.
God bless.